Welcome to the next section on Power BI. Today we are going to understand about columns versus measure. It is a part of DAX, and DAX is basically the data analysis expression. So without wasting a minute, let's begin. First of all, I will open my Power BI. When you try to open it for the first time, it will take some time. Okay, so when you open your Power BI, you have to click on New. All right. So now we are going to understand about the DAX, and within the DAX, we are going to understand in detail about the measure and column and what exactly is the difference between them. As an actuary or any kind of financial professional you will be highly involved into these type of analytics. So what exactly is DAX? We call it data analysis expression. It is majorly used for the calculation on the tables or the columns using the functions. So how does this work? First of all, let's try to upload some data. So I am uploading two Excel files. I'll go to give me a second. Okay, so I will be uploading these two files, that is the customers and the orders. So what I will do, I will click on get data, click on Excel workbook, and from here I will go to expanding DAX order. Let's upload this DAX order file. So when you upload this file, these are the number of sheets that exist. So there is only one sheet within this Excel file, and the sheet name is order. So I'm going to load this file. All right. So currently it is loading, and once the loading is completed, it will be visible at the right side of the panel. I think my Power BI is a little bit slow today. Okay, so you can see that it is now uploading the orders table. So the file is loaded completely. We can see that in this data section, this order file is there. I mean, this order table is there, and it contains these different types of fields or columns. Similarly, I am going to upload the customer table as well. This is the customers table. Once you will open this file, click on customer, click on load. So whatever be the Excel sheet you want to upload, you can just grab that directly, because in our case this file contains only one sheet. That is why it was visible only the customers. So okay, this table is also now uploaded, and we can see that under the customer table we have a lot of different fields. We can even check the relationship as well. You go to the model view, and you can observe that is there any kind of relationship exist between these two tables that we have uploaded. So we can see, just hover over there, and we can see that there is a field that is order ID that exists in both the tables. So if you double click over there at this point, so you can see what kind of relation has been built. This is the first table, that is customer. This is the second table, orders, and order ID exists in both of them, and the relationship is on a one-to-one basis. So that is just for that is just to show you. Now let's start with the understanding about the measures and columns. Okay, I'll give you a brief about measures versus column in a theoretical way, first of all, in just 1 minute, and then we will quickly jump on to create a lot of measures, a lot of columns as well. The point is that creating a measure and creating a column are two different ways to calculate or analyze the data in Power BI. Okay, the new measures are majorly being used for the aggregations, and their calculations will be done within the visualization. Whereas in case of new columns, they are used for the row level calculations. Now, it might be a little bit confusing and very theoretical, whatever I am saying, but do not worry. Let's try to create something and then understand what I am trying to say through that. Okay, let's create a measure first of all. So this is my orders table. Click on this table. Now, there are two ways through which you can create the new measure. Either you can see this new measure, okay, or you can just right click and click on new measure. So just click right click on the new measure, and let's say I wanted to count the number of orders that has been received. So let's call this field as count of orders is equal to, I wanted to count. So this is a function same like your Excel. Okay, I wanted to count the number of order IDs that exist. So orders is the table, right? Order ID is the column name. So that is how this syntax work. Just press enter. When you press enter, the new measure is added by the name count of orders, and we can see this calculator shape icon. It simply denotes that this is a measure. Okay, now what I will do is I will create the visualization of this. So let's expand this, and let's say I wanted to create a table. Let's create this blank table. Click on the blank table, minimize this filter, and I will put this count of orders in this column. Okay, and I can see that there are 100 orders in that file. What I can do is, let's say if I just do a little bit of formatting, so you can see this format, click over here, and let's say if I wanted to increase the size of the value and this order, go to the values, let's increase this size to 15. Okay, and we can see that the size is increased. Similarly, for the column header, let's increase the size to 15. That's it. Now it looks pretty cool. There are 100 orders, and this is something I done using the measure. I created this field. Okay, so this field does not exist in our data. That is something I created using the formula over there. Okay, so that is how you can basically create the measure. Now let's create through different way. Click on this order file. Let's say now this time I will click over here. It's same thing. Okay, new measure, and so I will call it, let's say, count of orders again. Okay, now this time what I will do is I wanted to count the number of rows that exist in my data. So I will type count rows. Okay, and now it doesn't matter which column you will pick, right? So I will just pick the my file orders, count the number of rows in the orders. Technically both should match, right? So let's take a look. Okay, now this is created, this measure is created. Let's create the table one more time. This is the table. Click on the table over there, and count of orders again over there. So you can see like 100 over there, 100 over there, and that is what we were expecting. Now let's say if I wanted to put this formatting over here, what I will do is click over there and click on this format painter, and then click over there. The size will be increased to 15 for both of them automatically. All right, now let's move forward. Let me just drag this a little bit. Okay, now let's move forward and try to see the unique count of orders. Whether are the all of the orders ID that we use over there, were they unique in nature or not? Let's try to get that information. So click on new measure. And this time I will call it unique count of orders. Okay, the function will be distinct count. Distinct count of what? Of the order ID, right? So of the order ID. If this is also 100, then it means that all the IDs are unique in nature, which means that this will be my primary key, same like your SQL. So this field is created, and again let's create a table and put unique count of orders over there, and we can see that yes, this is also 100. So just copy the format, paste it over there, and this will be increased to the size 15, and there you have it. All right, let's put it over there. Makes sense. One more point before I move forward is that let's click over there. So you see that there is an option in Power BI that you can write your comment as well. So what you have to do is, once your formula is completed, click on like press Shift Enter and then press double dash. I mean double hyphen. These slashes. Put these double slashes, and this is my comment. Just put any kind of comment so that whenever you comes in future or you are passing on this Power BI script to someone else, so they can go through your comments as well. So you can put the comments like this over there. This is my comment, and press enter. That's it. So that's how you can write your comments as well. So we have learned basics of how to create the measures, and then how to give the comments as well. But let's say this field you are not interested in. So let's say this count of orders, again you can delete it as well. Just right click and delete from the model. Are you sure you want to delete? Click on yes. So that's how you can delete it as well. Okay, so we can remove this. Now let's move forward and create some more measures, this time for the summation purpose. These two are for the count. Let's do it for sum as well. So under this orders table, I will create a new measure. Click on new measure, and now this time I will write sum of orders is equal to, I wanted to find the sum of the total number of quantities that I have sold. The sum of order quantity, order quantity. Okay, I have created this. So we can see this field is created, and now I will create the table. Let's create this blank table, put the sum of orders over there, and we can see this sum of orders. We can copy the format, paste it in this. Copy this format, paste it over here. I wanted to, let's say, remove these decimal places. So how to do that? So just click on your sum of orders, and over here you can see let's click on this comma button. It will put the decimal places up to 2 decimal places, which is already there, but I will round it to the 0th decimal places. Either you can put 0, or using the options over here, you can put it 0 as well. So that's how we can do this. Okay, so I have this sum of orders with me. Now move forward. Let's say I wanted to create and find the profit. Okay, this is the profit cost for what would be the profit? Basically, the selling price minus the product cost. Correct. So let's create this new measure over here. So now let's build the profit cost. So click on this order, click on a new measure that we wanted to create, and okay, so I will write profit cost is equal to sum of orders selling price minus sum of product cost, right? Press enter. These two fields already exist in my data. You can see selling price and the product cost. And now the new measure is created by the name profit cost over there. Again, I will create a table over there, blank table, and put the profit cost over there. And we can see it comes out to be 21,575. Let's put the format over there, and that's it. Now, if you have observed, let's click on these orders. There is quick measure as well. So let's see. New measure is that you are going to write formula on your own. That is what we did, right? Write a DEX expression that calculates the value from your data. But there is quick measure option within the Power BI. So it's saying that choose from a list of common calculations and add the results to the selected table. So let's see how to use this quick measure. Basically, you can consider it like a shortcut way of creating a new measure. As the name suggests, quick measure, where you don't have to type the formula, and there are some operations available within the Power BI, and you can use that to create your measure. So let's do this. So I am going to create a new measure, quick measure. Let's okay, I wanted to do the same process to find this profit cost. Okay, and what we did was selling price minus the product cost. So basically we were doing the subtraction. So let's find subtraction is available or not. We can see subtraction is there. So what is the base value? So we did selling price minus the cost price. So the base value is the selling price, and values to subtract would be the product cost, which is here. Now if you see, by default the quick measure is picking this sum aggregation. Now it is up to you, what do you want it to pick? You can pick average, minimum, maximum, distinct values, variance, median, or what. So we need basically sum, right? So sum of this minus the sum of this. Click on add. And there you have it. You can see the new measure is created by the name selling price minus product cost. Let me rename this, and let's call it quick profit cost. And there you have it. Okay, so you see that how you can create the quick profit cost as well. Now let's create the visual of that as well. So what I'm going to do now is create a blank table and put quick profit cost in this, and you can see this value over there. All right, that is about the quick measure. Now let's move forward and find the total profit. Okay, now I'm going to create the last measure and then we will jump on to the column side. So under this orders table, I will, let's say I wanted to find the total profit that I have received, right? So it will be what? Selling price minus the cost price, whatever be the cost, and multiply it with the number of quantities that I have sold, right? Like if I show you the data, that is how our data looks like in the orders table. I have this selling price minus product cost. So 300 minus 250 is equal to 50 is my profit, right? 50, but what is the total profit I have received from this product named as Malapua? So it will be 50 multiplied by 21. That will be my total profit, right? So I have to create a formula which will be the sum of the selling price minus the product cost multiplied by the quantity. So that is what I'm going to do now. Let's create a new measure and call it total profit. Total profit is equal to sum of orders of selling price, okay, minus sum of orders of product cost, okay. Then put brackets on both side, multiply it with the sum of quantity of the orders. Press enter. So it is loading right now. The new field will be created by the name total profit. So what I will do, I will create a blank table and put total profit in this column, and you can see that is the total amount of profit, 61,650,562. Let's use the format painter. Okay, let's say if you don't want this table format, you can use other cool features as well, such as I will use, let's say, card. So you can see now 61.65 million is the total profit I have. Okay, so that is about the measures. Now let's jump on to the column side. So let's go to the table. I mean, you can create the columns from here as well, like right click new column, and you can do that. But I will prefer the table view because see, the major difference between the column and measure is that measure is something that is directly used in the visualizations, like the charts, tables, that whatever we have covered so far, right? So to create the measure, I will use the report view, my personal preference. But for the columns, okay, that is being used or utilized in the data modeling and the preparation phases. So I usually prefer the table view to deal with creating the new column. And the second major difference is that measure is majorly applied on the aggregation. So if you see, you are only observing the final values, the summation values, right? Whether you are using the count function or the sum functions, right? But in case of column, it is applied on the row by row. So let's say, okay, let's do something. I will create the profit cost again using the column, okay, and use the same formula as the measure. I think using that you will observe a lot of clarity about the major difference between the column and the measure. So I will, in the orders, I will create a new column, and let's call it the profit column. Okay, and I will use the same formula as we use for the profit calculation in the measure, that was sum of the order selling price minus sum of the product cost, right? And then put the brackets outside, multiply it with the quantity, and press enter. So you see, what is going on, that these calculations are okay, wait, and the sum of order quantity, that is the formula that we used in the calculation of our measure. So if you see, you are getting the final value in all of the rows, which is definitely wrong, right? So that is the major difference between the measure and the column. That in case of a column, you are going to apply your calculation on a row by row basis. But in case of a measure, the calculation will be done at an aggregate level. So that is why you are not going to use the aggregator in your calculations. So just remove this sum. Okay, now if I press enter, let's take a look. And there you have it. 300 minus 250 is equal to 50. 50 multiplied by 21 is equal to 1050. And that's how you can get all the data related to your uh, calculation for the profit. That is the profit you have received from this specific order ID. Okay. That is the major difference between the measure and the column. Let's create some more column as well. So let's say this time I will go to the customers table. I think we haven't touched upon that. So this is my customers table. Let's say I will create this is how it looks like: order ID, order date, product ID, city, and the state. Okay, so this is order date. Let's create a new column that would be the order day. Okay, I wanted to find the weekday basically. So I will type order day is equal to weekday is the function that will returns the value from 1 to 7, identifying the day of the week of a date. Correct? So basically 1 means Monday, 2 means Tuesday, and 7 means Sunday. So weekday, I want you to apply it on the date, right? Order date. Press enter. And there you have it. You get all the values between 1 to 7. This is the order day, and that's how you can create this. So I have created now two columns, that is order day and profit column. So one more feature to observe is that when you see the sign like summation with the calculator in the backend, it means it is a column. When you see only the calculator, it means measure. Same thing over there. Summation with the calculator at the backend, then it is a column field. Okay, now let's go to the report view. Okay, now I am back to the report view. Let's say I will create the stacked column chart. This is a blank chart I have. Now, what I will do in this is on the y axis, I will put the count of orders, which is this. Okay, and in the x axis, I will put the order date. I have this order date. Within this, we can select, the month criteria as well. So just click on this month. And that's it. So I can see that in the month of March, I have sold highest number of orders. Okay. You can copy this, paste it again. Now, instead of looking at the month, I can replace this x-axis from this to the order day, that the field that we have created, so that I can observe that on which weekday I am getting the huge amount of sale. And there you have it. So we can see that on the 5th day, I am getting the highest number of order. Okay. And that is for the entire data I have. All right. So now you can observe the major things that we have learned so far. Let's create one more thing. Okay. Let's create one more thing. I will go to let's create the column using the conditional statements. So I will go back to the orders table. I have these quantities, which can be small quantity or large quantity. How can I define this? Let's say the quantities which are less than 30, let's call it small order. And the quantities which are either 30 or more than 30, let's call it large order. So how to create this kind of conditional column? So click on new column. So new column is created. Let's call it order category. Okay. And I will say if the order quantity is less than 30, then do the, let's call it a small order. Otherwise, let's call it large order. Press enter. So this is the conditional. You can see like it is, the formula is exactly same as your Excel. Okay. So we have created this small and large order. Let's see how we can use this in our visualization. So now what I will do is I will create a chart. Let's create some other kind of chart. Let's create a donut chart. Okay. This is the donut chart. And put it over there. Let's remove, I'm removing this quick profit cost. We don't need this. Okay, so this is a blank donut chart. What I will do is I will put these values. We created a order category, put it in values, and then put it in legend as well. And now you can see 54% of your orders are small orders, and 46% of your orders are the large orders. Okay. So that is what I wanted to teach you guys today on the columns and measure. But that's not it. You know, now there is a dynamic facility available within the Power BI. That is something we will observe now. So let's take a look at that as well. Okay, so let's say I wanted to uh, find in detail about the small orders. So let's click on this small order. Now you can see from the small order, the total profit I have received is 12.23 million, right? Whereas from the large order, I have received 17.29 millions of profit. Okay, so that is what I can observe over there. But now the point is, you can see that for the small order, the highest number of order was again on the 5th day, and the highest sale was in March. And for the large order, the trend is similar, is what we have observed. Okay, and for both of them combined is the same thing. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.